Welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be talking about brand new video game movie, the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Everyone probably knows about this already, so there's no point. I also don't really know how to do these kind of things, so here's a quick rundown of what I'm going to do. 1. Do a quick summary of the film. 2. Talk about things I don't like about the film. 3. Talk about things that I like about the film and some of my favorite kind of scenes of it. Also 4. Doesn't matter, we'll come back to that. Just before we get started, it should be obvious. This video will have spoilers for the movie. So if you don't want the movie spoiled, well then just don't watch the video. It's simple. Simple. Anyway, let's begin. The opening scene of the movie starts us off in the icy wastelands of well, it doesn't even tell us, so, yeah, let's just call this Sherbert Land, because that's a Mario Kart track, and that's the only thing I know this kind of area from. Then suddenly, Bowser's airship comes out of the sky. It's not really an airship, it's more of a floating castle, but continuing on, it had an epic version of the Bowser's airship music. I may have cried hearing it. They take this flying castle and land it on the ground. Bowser's army gets out, then Kamek says,
"Behold, the king of the Koopas!"
Bowser gets out, penguins come out the castle and get destroyed. And then Bowser walks up stairs made by Kamek and gets the Power Star. We then cut to Mario and Luigi at a pizza place, and this entire area is boring in my opinion. So, yeah, let's make a confusing type thing till we get to good bits again. Because this is relevant to the plot. Random guy calls them failures, Mario stands up for them, they get their first client, go to client's house by doing it IRL Mario level, they get there, they fix the problem, a dog ruins the problem, they failed their job because of the dog, they go home and get bullied, they see there's a flood, Mario forces Luigi to help him fix flood, they go into sewer pipe, they climb on a pipe within the sewer, pipe breaks because of pressure, they fall, they reach underground area called 1-2, reference, find a warp pipe, and well, now it gets interesting. Inside the pipe, they reach the inside of the warp pipe, which literally reminds me of the credits of Super Mario 3D World. There is no way this area is not Super Mario 3D World. It's just not in a glass pipe. Actually, maybe it is. He's gonna... Anyway, moving on. Luigi and Mario get separated. Luigi ends up in the Darklands. We will talk about that later. But Mario ends up in the Mushroom Kingdom. Wow, that was so unexpected. To be honest, like any movie, everything's kind of predictable. Okay, this movie wasn't as predictable, but doesn't matter. Goes to touch a mushroom, then Toad, everyone's favorite character, frightens him, and they go towards Toad Town and Peach's castle. We got back to Luigi in the Darklands. He gets chased by many dry bones, seeks shelter in a castle, and gets kidnapped by Shy Guys in to sniff it. He's then taken on a blimp and taken to Bowser's castle, like any normal person. Meanwhile, Mario and Toad reach Toad Town and head towards Peach's castle. During this, we see many things that are in different Mario games, like the glass pipe from Super Mario 3D World, moving platforms, I can never remember the name for them. They might even just be called moving platforms. They eventually reach the castle. Toad distracts the guards, and we enter Peach's castle. Mario then gets chased by the guards and runs into the princess when she literally slams him into the ground instantly. Yeah, they talk a little bit, then Peach chooses to see what Mario's made of. He's terrible. He does weird one level. I've never seen a level that goes in a square before. Maybe that's what they're all like. Yeah, he does quite well. Princess Peach kind of invites him into the adventure, and then they get a little montage heading towards where they are going, the Kong village, to get the entire Donkey Kong army. I will call it the Donkey Kong army because I'd rather not say Kong, because some people will have no clue who the hell that is. During this montage, we see Yoshi's Island with a Yoshi waving at them, weird cliffs from Super Mario Bros. U, and then they get to the jungle. We get to the gate of this, they knock, and then a Kong that reminds me of Funky Kong from Mario Kart Wii opens the gate, and we get a type of Mario Kart segment while the song Take On Me plays. Yeah, they reach the Kong Palace where Peach asks Cranky Kong, who is the leader of the Kongs, for his army. Obviously, he says no. Then Mario chooses to challenge his son to a fight, just to get the army. It's stupidity. Mario enters the arena, and then Donkey Kong enters it, and then we get the, the DK rap. It was fun, definitely. It was great. I hate that song. Mario becomes tiny during the fight after eating a blue mushroom. Then he gets battered by Donkey Kong. He gets a cat suit, which, as it is in the game, in my opinion, the most powerful power-up in Super Mario 3D World. And Mario wins. This was obviously predictable, because they're not gonna kill him off. Yeah. Now Cranky Kong takes him down into the basement, and they have Mario Kart segment where a Donkey Kong species person makes them their carts. It was confusing. Toad makes a monster truck, and yeah, I don't understand it. Meanwhile, we get a nice little cut back to Bowser, who is playing a piano, singing about how he loves Peach. Then he gets interrupted by Kamek, thankfully. And then another Koopa comes in about Mario. Shit, I've messed this up, doesn't matter. Luigi ends up in this section, and Bowser interrogates him by pulling off his mustache, then puts him in a cell, and my favorite character comes in, the Luma. Yeah, he's a philosophy type person. Everyone loves philosophy, am I right? Okay, maybe I'm joking a little bit. Bowser finds out about the plan with the Kong army and plans an ambush because they want to ambush him. Yeah, so the Kongs plan an ambush and then Bowser plans to ambush the ambush. That makes no sense. Anyway, back to the main plotline. The Kongs drive through the secret passage, as they call it, They have a massive ramp and then they fly off of it and land on Rainbow Road. Bowser's army attacks. We have an epic fight kind of section on Rainbow Road. And then this blue Koopa comes in with the massive weird truck with a crusher at the front. He's able to crush the cart Mario's in. Mario somehow survives and blows up the car. Does the blue shell Koopa die? No. It tweaks off his house, turns into the blue shell, and blows up Mario and Donkey Kong. He doesn't survive this, so whenever you get a blue shell in Mario Kart, just remember, it is a blue Koopa committing suicide. Anyway, they fall into the ocean, get swallowed by a massive eel thing. I never remember the name. It might even just be called Eel. Peach returns to Town Town and, well, gets everyone to evacuate. Prepares to fight Bowser. Bowser's thing arrives, and just like Mario Odyssey, he basically does the equivalent of forcing her to marry him. Simple, right? Anyway, Mario and DK escape the eel by using a rocket that Donkey Kong had, and they head towards Toad Town. Bowser begins the wedding, and Toad brings Peach a bouquet of flowers, which has a secret ice power-up. Bowser actually thought that Peach would marry him. What an idiot. She basically freezes him, freezes the chains that are lowering people down. I forgot to add that in. People are being lowered. The prisoners from earlier are being lowered into a massive pit of lava. Yeah. Mario and Donkey Kong arrive as Peach begins to fight Bowser's army who's at the wedding. They use power-ups and more to get to Bowser's castle. This is Mario and Donkey Kong. They get up there and save Peach. Bowser suddenly breaks out of the ice and orders them to fire Sorry, I need to hear that one like last time.
Bonsai Bill.
Okay, good enough. I'm just gonna use that because I don't know how to say it. Where about am I? Oh yeah, it's also known as a bigger version of the Bullet Bill. I should have just said that instead of... It doesn't matter. To be fired at the Mushroom Kingdom, which would destroy all of it. Mario chases it in his Tanuki suit he got earlier, and chases the Bonsai Bill. Tries to stop it, fails, and then, like any normal person to piss someone off, hit them in the eye. It gets pissed and chases him. They fly around the middle. Mario notices the warp pipe from the beginning, and then he leads the
Bonsai Bill.
That into it. It goes in and it blows up, causing a massive shockwave to pull Bowser's castle airship thing and everyone there into it. Into Brooklyn. Yay! Everyone loves a final fight in Brooklyn. Which was from the beginning of the film, by the way, if no one knew that. Superstar lands on a street nearby and Bowser gets up from the rubble and jumps in front of it to stop Mario from getting it. Bowser kind of just fights him a little bit. He's pissed at him, and then he hits him with his tail, and he gets launched into the pizza place from the beginning. I don't know if I included that. It's been quite a little while for me. Yay. Mario chooses to stay there because he's a massive coward. Peach, Donkey Kong, and Toad all attack Bowser. While Mario sees the ad he made broken up, and it convinces him to go back and fight. He leaves the pizza place, and Peach kicks a shell into the Power Star, and it gets launched past Mario. Mario begins to run towards it. Bowser doesn't like it. He breathes fire towards Mario. As Mario lunges, he survives because Luigi, the Lord and Savior Luigi, comes in with one of those weird manhole covers. I don't know what they're actually called. Can't be bothered looking it up either. I've spent too much time looking up half the stuff for this video. Trust me, it's really annoying. Anyway, that happens. Mario holds Luigi's hand, and they both lunge towards the Power Star. And just as they're swallowed up by flames, they touch it together. And then they start playing great music, and then they take out Bowser's entire army. And Bowser. There was a little Super Mario 64 reference with them grabbing Mario's tail and throwing him up. Then they kill him, and then Peach feeds him a blue mushroom, and he gets put in a jar, and cuts kind of thing, and Mario and Luigi live in the Mushroom Kingdom now. The end. That was fun. Now that the summary is over, it's time to talk about what I don't like about the film. The main thing I don't like about the film is that they use copyrighted music, like Take On Me, I Need a Hero, and that one song that I only remember from Planes. Don't ask me why I watched Planes. I was young then, trust me. I was 6. I just don't like it. It's unneeded, and there's a bunch of Mario songs that you could have remixed for this. I don't care if it would have cost more money, I would have paid you. You would have made good money, because because this entire film is much better than the 19-something Super Mario Bros. Movie. Yeah, it might be good for the scene, but doesn't matter. Does not matter. Fun. Next thing I don't like about the movie is, well, the beginning. It's boring, I feel like it was unneeded, but it was relevant to the plot. Still don't really see why it was needed. So I'll let it slide just because it's part of the plot, but it's still getting something out. I also didn't like how little of the Mushroom Kingdom we actually saw. Sure, it's probably just mushrooms everywhere. You know what, now that I say it out loud, I feel like that's a good decision. It's just mushrooms. But I feel like we should have explored more of the lands, maybe stayed in the Yoshi's Island kind of section, or seen more sections of what we usually see in the games. Because that little montage has Tossed Arena in it, it has Yoshi's Island. We could have stayed there for a little longer. There was a cheap bit. They cut part of that out, so Mario just gets a cheap on his face. It's kind of sad. Yeah. Only really seen the warp pipe area for the Mushroom Kingdom as well. Sure, that's about all you really need. We did see a little bit more near the end, but maybe more of the Dark Lands, maybe like a Luigi's Mansion thing, because King Boo is in this film. But I also didn't really like how many jump cuts we kind of had. How many cuts we had skimming between Mario and Luigi in the film. Why? Why was there so many? I could shove one scene here, and then the next scene is going to be Luigi, then we have like a 5 minutes, then we have like a 1 minute scene with Mario and Peach below a tree in a field of fire flowers, then we cut back to Luigi. That's a great idea. No, it's not. It's annoying. And also, if you're trying to keep up with the plot, that kind of gets in the way. Like, they could have had the entire Luigi section in one little bit. Like, they could have had 2 jump cuts. They could have had 2 cuts to Luigi. But instead, they make it 4 or 5. After me talking about what I didn't like about the film, which was quite bad, I will now talk about what I loved about the film and liked. First of all, my favourite character, if it wasn't obvious already, was the Luma that was philosophy, I can't say it anymore, was literally the one person that I loved because he was just great. He was a great guy. Yeah, and also because my favourite game is Super Mario Galaxy. Yeah. He was also imparting so much depressing wisdom onto everyone in Bowser's prison. I just loved the character. I also loved how many remixes we had. Sure, I'm unhappy about some of the things we got, but to be honest, we did get quite a few remixes of things like Rainbow Road, the Power Star theme, those kind of things. I've probably played a couple during this video, because they are actually quite good. Also, I can't forget about the amazing song Jack Black performed. Yeah. Okay, maybe that one isn't something I like, but it was funny. It was funny. It was really funny. I will say my favourite kind of scenes of the movie have definitely got to be the beginning with Bowser's airship and the flames, the warp pipe area, Toad Town and everything until Mario gets up to it. I feel like the behind bit where Mario is training for the weird section, I don't understand it, it was never needed, but the Kong Village section where the Take On Me was playing, it was quite good as well, and the Donkey Kong fight has got to be amazing. Also, Rainbow Road was amazing. And Mario and Donkey Kong fighting their way up to Bowser was just pure, amazing, beautiful choreography. I'm not good at this. Bowser built the
Bonsai Bill.
That was chasing Mario, it was great. The final fight was just spectacular, great music and everything. For everything I've said, I've got to give this movie about a solid 8 out of 10. There were many times in the movie where I felt it was rushed, but it was overall a great movie and I suggest watching it if you haven't already. I also watched it twice. Partly because I had no choice. That kind of rhymes. What would I want if they wanted to make a sequel? You may be wondering if they make a sequel or anything. And what would I want from it? Well, simply, I want 1, Yoshi, because he's important, and 2, Super Mario Galaxy, because Super Mario Galaxy would be a great film. Just do it Super Mario Bros. The Super Mario Bros. Movie 2. Just call it that, and then it's just Super Mario Galaxy.
That's a happy ending. Or is it? Because everything's over now. And all that's left is you and the infinite void.
Mamma mia!
Kind of makes you want to play saxophone, huh?